Hey, Joe.
Hello, Devon.
So, what's up?
Up is an adverb. It means...
Not literally. I mean, like, what's going on? Why am I here?
I called you here because I need your feedback from the latest game that was submitted.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
We will go down a checklist so I can send the feedback to the developer.
Sounds good.
Please state the game name and the developer name.
Right, okay, so the game is Turtle vs. Portal, and it was created by SB Games World.
Okay.
Why do you have a legal pad?
It gives my questions context.
Ah.
What is the game?
I got it written down. Turtle vs. Portal is a single-screen platform puzzle game where the player guides a turtle through a bunch of hurdles in order to get to a portal at the other end of the level.
What were your first impressions of this game?
First impressions weren't so good. I was pretty aggravated, actually, when I played it.
Could you summarize what you found aggravating into short sentences?
Yeah, like, I think, let's see this. Yeah, it says, ads were annoying, scrolls didn't seem to appear anywhere, and the overall tone of the game is just not suited well for casual gaming.
Please elaborate on.
Ads were annoying. That was weird.
Please continue.
Okay, well, let's see. So usually ads can get annoying in mobile games because it feels like an intrusion. But I, like many other gamers, understand that ads are part of the ecosystem and are necessary to create a revenue stream. However, when ads appear in mobile games, the good ones are timed well. Like in Peggle Blast, you have a game that lasts for around 10 minutes or so, and then you have an ad before you continue to the next level. And in Turtle vs. Portal, you also have an ad after every level, but the levels are really short, so the ads are much more frequent. It makes me want to stop playing the game.
Advertisement timing is too frequent. Okay. Next point was...
Scrolls didn't seem to appear anywhere. I don't like that. That's weird.
Sorry. Please continue.
Right, okay. So the scrolls are necessary collectibles in the game. Each level has a scroll hidden in it that you need to find, and then you tap to collect it. You can still complete the level without collecting the scrolls, but you won't be able to unlock the next world without them. But looking for these scrolls, I couldn't find any clues as to where they were. They seemed to just be invisible. I ended up tapping just everywhere on the screen to collect them. It was really annoying because there didn't seem to be any indicator of its location whatsoever.
Location of scrolls needed to be more obvious. Okay. Next point was...
I'd rather you didn't read the points in my voice. That's strange.
Okay. Next point was...
The overall tone of the game is not suited well for casual gaming.
That was also weird.
I am sorry that I am weird. Please continue.
Okay, so since this game is a mobile game, I played it with the expectations of it being casual. Usually mobile games are casual in nature because phones aren't typically suited for hardcore gaming. There's also this idea that players won't be playing for long stretches at a time, so ad placement usually feels like a natural time to stop playing the game. There's also the idea that mobile games don't have a lot of input options when it comes to controls. So a game that's easy to control with like one touch or one swipe is usually expected, which leads to games that don't require a lot of attention. But that's where things get a little bit weird with this game, because even on the surface the game looks to be like a pretty easy puzzle game, it still demands a lot of attention. Since the turtle moves by himself, it's up to the player to make sure he doesn't die. You must keep your eyes locked on the screen at all times. It's not super difficult, but it gets very attention heavy, so if you're distracted at all, you might hit a hazard, or fall off an edge, or fall off a ramp, or miss your timing. The point is that this kind of gaming has an implicit timer, a game that has a pacing that you must submit to, and that leads to an experience that's not casual. In fact, it's the antithesis of casual. Casual gaming is about the player deciding how much effort is going to go into the game. For example, Flappy Bird is a game that's driven by how much effort you decide to put in, or Alto's Odyssey, which is how far you decide to go. Even in most puzzle games, it's dependent on how much the player decides to play. The pacing is up to the player, but in here the pacing is up to the game. And it's a very slow one at that, being a turtle and all.
The mobile version of the game is not suited for casual play.
Exactly. Wait, why did you say mobile version?
Because we are talking about the mobile version of the game.
Yeah, but why version? Is there a different version of the game?
Yes. There is a PC version also.
Seriously? For real?
It is real.
Dude, had I known there was a different version, everything I've said about the game so far has been about the mobile part of this game. If there's a different version, then I might have to change my critique completely.
Oh, then should you play the PC version?
Yeah, well, could you send me the link? I'm gonna go play it right now. Alright, I am back. I've played the PC version.
Do you want to start over?
Yeah, I guess so.
We will go down a checklist so I can send the feedback to the developer.
Yeah, I know.
Please state the game name and the...
No, we don't need to do all that again. I'll just, give my first impressions.
Okay. What were your first impressions of this version of the game?
Well, this game was amazing. It was really fun.
That is a completely different opinion.
Yeah, well, it's a completely different game now.
How so?
Well, let's pull up those points again. So, there's no ads in this game, so that's no longer a problem. Scrolls are very easy to see when you have a much bigger screen like this, and the PC is basically a dedicated gaming device, so I don't expect it to be casual.
Is there any other points that came up while playing?
Yeah, I have some criticisms about the design.
Could you summarize your critique into short sentences?
Yeah, there's UI tweaks, collecting scrolls, and portal differences.
Those are not sentences.
Yeah, they're not, but it's fine.
Please elaborate on.
UI tweaks.
Why do you have to do it in a different voice?
You said it was weird when I use your voice.
Yeah, but why does it have to be different? Just use your own voice.
UI tweaks.
Thank you. That is much less weird.
Please continue.
Okay, so the UI of this version of the game is different than the mobile version. I'm guessing it's because the game was ported to mobile and the UI may have been changed to better fit the mobile space. But in doing so, the UI actually feels better in the mobile version. So when you look at the PC version, you see the HUD at the top. That includes the pause button, the menu, the sound, and a 2x button. The 2x button is an option to speed up the turtle. In the mobile version, they were rearranged to have the turtle speed and the turtle stop buttons at the very bottom. And there's a restart button that was added to the top left, as well as a hint marker on the top right. These tweaks feel really good compared to the PC one, because on the PC, I found myself continuously clicking the 2x button where I wanted to speed up the turtle, and then I would naturally click the pause button to stop the turtle, even though I knew the pause button didn't actually stop it. You have to click the turtle himself to stop him. But the reason why I did this, it's because the HUD acts as a grouping mechanism, and it creates this mindset that each of these buttons have similar functions, but they don't. It's funny because the mobile version is perfect for this. It has two massive buttons at the bottom that look similar and both control the turtle. And the reset button is really handy when you mess up and you don't want to pause the game to have to restart that way. The PC UI feels outdated when compared to the mobile UI. It's kind of strange. I would personally do what they did in the mobile version, and I would group the buttons for controlling the turtle in their own little section, so it would be less confusing.
The UI should be reconfigured to better fit the functions of the gaming device. Okay, next point is...
collecting scrolls.
I mean collecting scrolls.
Right, okay, so, scrolls, right. Okay, so, yeah, scrolls were an absolute joy to collect this time because they weren't ever invisible, but they're just really hard to see on such a tiny screen on my phone, and I have a pretty big phone.
Size does not matter.
Wow, did you just make a joke?
The size of the phone does not matter where details of the screen are concerned. The pixel density matters much more than the physical size.
Oh, okay, well, anyway, so with a much bigger screen, the scrolls are much easier to see, and hunting them down is actually a lot of fun. And it reminds me of those hidden object games I used to play in Highlights magazine when I was a kid. However, collecting the scrolls did become a chore after a while, because you have to do it every time you restart the level. So they become kind of obligatory. Sometimes I would know exactly where a scroll is, so I would click it, and then I would finally figure out a puzzle after many tries, complete the level, and then, well, I forgot to collect the scroll at that point. So it got kind of annoying.
Scroll collecting should be more streamlined. Okay, last point was portal differences. Is that correct?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyway. So I don't know how many different kinds of portals there are in the entire game because I only played 3 worlds. But I've seen so far that there's at least 2 different kinds of portals. There's the entrance and exit portal, and then there's the reverse portal. The mechanic works like this. You have to collect a battery before getting into the portal in order to power it on. And then once it's on, you can use it to reverse your direction. But the portal doesn't look any different than the other portals, which can lead to mild confusion when you look at a level and you can't immediately identify everything. The point I'm making here is that the puzzle should be about the mechanics and never be hard to identify. We should know exactly what everything is as soon as we see it. Otherwise, it makes the player reorient themselves, and constant reorientation can lead to less attentiveness, and if I gotta use more mental effort than necessary, I'm probably gonna get bored while playing the game.
The puzzle elements should be easily identifiable.
Yep.
Thank you for your thoughts. To recap what we covered, you mentioned The mobile version of the game has too frequent advertisements, needs more obvious scroll locations, and is not well suited for casual play. The PC version of the game should have reconfigured UI, more streamlined scroll collecting, and easily identifiable puzzle elements.
Yeah, that sounds right. Oh wait, no, there's one more thing. The developer gave us 10 free games, so I wanted to do a giveaway.
I will put the codes on the screen.
What screen?
You are very close to the fourth wall, be careful.
Okay, well, anyway, these codes are obviously first come, first serve, so whoever gets them first gets it first, and they might not all work after a while, so yeah, I guess that's it. All right, well, I'll see you later, Joe.
I'll see you on the other channel.